for a new adventure. Big service for a Audi A3 1.2 TFSI model year 2016. Let's get going. First, we begin with removing all the debris and old leaves, and we will cut off the insulation because looks like some kind of beast has been in here, and yeah, again the insulation was pretty tasty, so it seems. Cohagen, give these people air. Check your dipstick before removing the engine oil, and as you can see, this one has been sitting at yeah, just below minimum. So TFSI engines, yeah, fun to drive, but check them out because they will drink some oil, and more than other engines. So, and some engines, some TFSI engines have bad piston rings, so they will drink about 1 liter each 1,000 kilometers. I've seen the cases. Even the neighbor had one like that, Seat Leon. Yeah, if you have an engine like that, there's specialized shops who fix the piston rings. That's one option. Suing Audi or the VW shit group will not solve your problem. So yeah, check it out. Check it out. The plastic sump protector plates. Yep. Torx 45 for these bolts. Yeah, they are bolts. Yeah, correct. Ah, come on, Milwaukee. Always acting up like a bitch. A big bitch. Let's see, it helps to use an impact to, to get these ones out. They get really stuck. Alright, don't know why they have big bolts like that for plastic plates, but hey. Alright, the other ones are Torx 25. So, get them out. Some more over here. Some more over here. Get the bolts over here. Look like Richard Gere. Maybe I should consider drinking a little less or changing beer brands, maybe. All right. Oh, damn it! This looks a bit juicy. All right. So yep, nothing special to see here. The oil got thin and old. Let's put this one somewhere else. And as the oil gets thinner and thinner and thinner, it will sweat a lot more. So this could be from the filter. That's yeah, the seal is probably stopping with a sealing off, or it could be from the bearing that sits on the gearbox, or the bearing that sits on the crankshaft, and that would be a really, yeah, a bad day. But as I can see it right now, it's probably from the oil filter. The seal is getting, yeah, it's being done with sealing. All right, so let's drop the oil. 19mm wrench. Let's get it. Smack it like you mean it. And there we go. Make sure your pan is under drain bolt, drain plug. Remove the love glove. It will get dirty, oily. This one was pretty good, pretty easy to remove. All right, turn it until you see it starts to wobble, and then you have to be fast. turn it a little bit more, and then yeah. So the engine is not as warm. I just took it in with yeah, it was sitting on a minimum level as well, so there is not super much oil left in the sump, but as it gets colder and colder, it will pour out a little bit slower. But no problem, we'll let it sit a little bit longer. I have to go to the store anyway. So let's take off the filter. Let's take off the filter. Yep. As you can see, it was pretty tight on there. So, yep. It's kind of a tricky deal with these filters because there's a don't get too dirty. There's a flat rubber seal on there, and I picked another one this time, but it says the same seal. You have to make contact to the engine part where the filter sits on, and then close it 3/4 of a turn, tighten it, I mean, and that's it. So too hard will result in leaks, too soft will result in leaks. Yeah, I don't know why they make it like that. The round ones that you don't have to get as hard on there, as these ones seal a lot better. So yeah. Hey, we're not an engineer, so hey. They will have their reasons. Sure they will. It's to make sure there are oil leaks, probably. All right, turn a little bit loose, and yeah, let it sit like that for like a minute or two. Waiting for the oil to drip out. We might as well change the most easy. Yeah, don't mind this. I have to fix it. We might as well change the easiest serpentine belt in the world. We can just undo the tightness like this. It takes a 16mm wrench. Just put it on the nut on the tensioner, pull it towards you. We can take off the belt like this, or we can put in a little rod. We can put the rod in right over there. So even easier. Now we can just take off the belt. Yeah, wherever you want to take it off. Up. Just like that. So remember how the belt goes on, but yeah, this is really easy. So just take it off. It's still an original one, I believe. And you would say it's in a decent nick, but there's a little bit of yeah, some flat spots, some slippery spots on there, and it's squeaking a little bit. So yeah, we're gonna swap it out, take another one, make sure it's the same length, more or less. And yeah, you can also check it out. This one is a little bit shorter, so I didn't know if it will fit. If it doesn't, I'll order another one. All right, but you should look for the same number of slots in here. So we have a 6 PK. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines of rubber. So that means you have 5 slots between the rubber strips, if you want. All right, and let's see. This is a good example when you're in need of a belt and you don't have anything at hand. You can also try to fit it on a pulley. As you see, this fits perfectly. The 6 PKs are the same, so we can try to get it on and see if the belts will run fine, and it's important to get it in the slots. Alright, I'll make some room. It's a bit hard with the broken plastic right over there. Alright, so this one is a little bit too tight, as you can see. We can try to stretch the tester a little bit further, but it would be better to take one that fits, hollower one. I'll go back. See, we can put the belt right back on, no problem. Hey, we tried. Tomorrow they will bring us a new belt, so no problem. How to get off, how to get the little rods out again, so we can start the engine if you want to. Just pull it a little bit towards you, and there we go. Now you can hear it. Wah, wah. It will squeak a little bit. All the stuff got delivered. Enjoying nice candy. Let's pop on the belts. Get some lights. Yes. Ugh. So as you can see, this belt is a little bit longer, 1003 millimeters. That will be the good one. Now let's again take it off. Yeah, need a wrench. Yep. And there we go. Stick in the pin again. Yeah, maybe pop on my wrench a little bit further, and then hopla, stick in the pin. Slide it off somewhere where you have room. Slide it off. That will be perfect. Voila. Up. New bolts. I like to install it with the numbers and the info readable. Alright, doesn't matter, there's no direction on the belt. Make sure it sits in the grooves, else you will you won't have enough room to put it on like this. You need to stretch it a little bit further, but look, if you have a belt that's a little bit difficult to put on, if you have a lot more pulleys and stuff, and there's one pulley that's not sitting super correct, it's like one tooth over, then you can just start the car very briefly, start it and turn off the engine, and 99% of the time the belt will pop on. So you don't need to go the extra mile and this and that. Just do it with the engine. And there we go. We get the tension back on, and no more voila, it will be perfect. All right, let's continue. I like to keep the box of the new filter, so we can yep, we can put in the old one so it sits upright. Napoleon candy, pretty good. All right, just a little bit of drainage, and now we can sit upright in the box. Alrighty, now we take the new one. Make sure this edge is clean. As you can see, it's clean, do not touch it. All the debris around it will fall in. You can clean it if you want with the filter on it, or with the old filter, doesn't matter. So now let's take some oil and lubricate the seal, the rubber seal right here. So it will we can install it without friction of dry rubber and metal, as you can see, nicely lubricated. Let's turn it to the right. Hopla. Yep. And if everything is correct, look, now we make contact with the surface, and now we have to count 3/4 of a turn. So that's 1/4, that's 2, and then the extra one. Could do it by hand, but show it with wrench. Up, and you'll feel it as well. This is maxed out, nicely compressed, and now you can clean off the debris. But yeah, I like to leave it on if it's not too much, so we can see the evolution of the engine. If nothing will leak out any further, then everything will stay on there and be dry like this. So yeah, it doesn't actually matter too much, but you can clean it off, of course. And of course we need to install our drain plug again before we pour in the engine oil. Don't be that guy that forgets it, or girl. This is actually a good job for women. Don't understand why there are not enough women working in garages and shops. It's not like, sometimes it can be hard and pretty intense, but it's not like you have to work at the construction site with thousands of pounds every day. So yeah, we'd like to see more women in garages. Also, it's good for hopla. Tap it a little bit firmer than a copper washer, because this is an aluminium one that stays on the bolts. You cannot replace it. You need to buy a new bolt with the aluminum washer on there. All right. Yeah. Nice. No drips, only sweats. All right. Let's continue. 5W30 with the latest additives for Audi, of course. You'll find it on the Krone oil website, kroneoil.com. Yeah, not so exciting to see this, because see, it's good to have an oil pour can like this with a flexible neck, and you can pour it in medium speed. Yeah, exciting stuff. Almost had a bad day there. If you manage to pour it over, or yeah, you spill some, just take yeah, put it on the cap, of course, and take some brake cleaner, spray the area, and it will drip down. And yeah, you'll need to clean up a little bit, but with some compressed air and brake cleaner you can get everything. Actually, you can get everything out, but your floor will be in need for some cleaning. Yep. So instead of getting your wipes everywhere in between and stuff and blah blah, just close everything, spray to brake cleaner, remove the brake cleaner and the oil with shop air, and you're good to go. Voila. Brake cleaner cannot harm anything, so it's perfect. Your belts, your serpentine belts, might squeak a little bit in the beginning if it's a lot that you spilled, so beware of that. You will see some steam after a short ride, and after that it will be fine. So, and that's how I fill the time while pouring in the oil. Ha ha ha. No, it's actually Pretty good thing to know. Don't be afraid. Just buy the big cans of brake cleaner. Yep, there we go. Just to show you, I got some nice stuff. It's not an advertisement or something. This wall was completely filled with boxes of Kent. Kent makes these really long cans of brake cleaner, like I always use, right over here, and really cheap. So yeah, you don't need to spend more than I guess it's now $2 or something for a big can like this. Everything above that price is yeah, of course the shops will maybe ask $3-4 or euros, but if you buy a I bought like a half a pallet of brake cleaner. If you buy like let's say 20 boxes, you'll have it for like less than $2, something like that. All right, let's continue with the other filters, then start the engine and check the oil dipstick. Let's grab our special tool here. Pretty easy. You could do it with a water pump pliers, but hey, I prefer this one. All right, squeeze it, put it to the side. Bam, pretty easy. Then this one over here. Squeeze it. Shove it a little bit to the side, and maybe this is not such a good idea because it will squeeze on the rubbers on the hose. All right, so squeeze it and then pull off the hose. And this is easy with this tool. You can just lock it so the tension stays on the tensioner. Haha. Now we will try to remove this hose. And it seems to be a little bit stuck. Wiggle a little bit up, and it will come off, I believe. Yeah. Oh, let's help it a little bit. Yeah, the rubber is so soft. I'll try to take it off over here. Chunk. All right. Let's see what this will say or do. Yep. We have more of a grip over here. So, yep, that's off. That's one. This is a hard tube, so clearly we need to remove the whole piece here. Let's lay this to the side, and look, we can keep the tension on there. So it's good to use that special pliers. All right, so now we need to lift it a little bit and maybe get this bad boy out of the way as well. Plastics, nice, eh? Nice, eh? It's 2016, 1.6. Take off this bad boy with the rubber thing that sits on here, and this one you need to squeeze in a little bit so it pops off. Then up, take it out of the way. Now we will release the tension on that one. So yeah, I need to stay here to Yeah. And yeah, it's a close one. Hope I'll get it on again. Yep, let's voila, lock that one. We need to man, everything we need to remove it anyway, because we need to remove the spark plugs, swap them out as well, of course. Everything is breaking. I can hear everything breaking. Oh, we need to take off this little breather hose right here as well. So, or we can take it off right over here, or pull off the tube. Let's try it. Sometimes this is the easiest option. Yep. There we go. Alright, 2 hands will be better. Yep, there we go. It's loose. Let's not forget to install it again. And now wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Is it coming? Ah! Damn it! Fucking Audi shit. Volkswagen shit. I hate it. I don't hate it, but the hose clamps are really a pain in the ass. There's like stupid a lot of tension on there. Yeah. Oh man, got it. Woo. All right, so I'll yeah, I'll take it off as well. Let's clamp over there. Really evil, stupid fucking clamps. What the All right, so it's off now. Yeah. Let's not forget this one needs to be popped on again, and then we'll swap out the air filter. All right, time to clean it up. Seems like I spilled a drop or two. Yeah, nothing to clean up with brake cleaner. It's okay. Everywhere there's oil, it won't corrode or rust. So, all right. Why did we need to take it off, the air filter? Because we have 2 stupid screws here. Yeah. So you would think, there's some tabs here I can open up, and then you'll break it because you didn't see the 2 screws. Let's take them off. Yep. Now let's push in the tabs and at the same time wiggle it off. Yep. Yep. And the other side. And of course there's one tab. There's one tab. So it's in a difficult spot. So let's push the one in. Up. Voila, there we go. And this one is saying no, I don't want to be pushed out. Stupid Volkswagen shit. You cannot grab it. And of course on the other side the tabs slide in again and blah blah blah. All right, so looks like it was time to swap it out. Alrighty. Nice, 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 nice. It goes in like this. Push, make sure it's nicely seated. I'll take out my dirty gloves. Alright, let's restart. If it doesn't go in easily, you can put some silicone grease on the sides to lube it up. And yeah, seems like maybe I'll do that. Garbage. It's really life can be so easy. Why make shit like this? Stupid assholes. Plus it's expensive. It's very expensive shit these days. They're like charging how much for a Golf? It's like 30,000 euros or something. Audi A3, I don't know. it will be a bit more. And then you have shit like this. Yeah, and all. I know a lot of you will say, "Oh, you should use OEM filters and blah blah blah." Well, let me tell you, the same companies make these filters, the OEM filters. They just put their label on it, the Volkswagen label. That's it. Yeah, you'll need to use some grease. Like this. Just push the filter over the sides. It's slightly better like this. Alrighty. I was wrong. Take it back. But still, it doesn't fit like perfect, you know. It's like a little bit warped. And don't worry, I just touched the rubber sides. There's some a little bit of oil in my hands, but if you lube it up, you'll have a clear oil. And doesn't matter. Yep. Let's pop it in again, like this. It should be going in. Yep. Something like that. Make sure all the edges are correctly seated. Yep. Looking good, looking good. One pop. Second, third, and fourth popped in as well. Yep. Alright. Yep, that was the good way to go. So it seems. Ah, damn it. Install the screws again. I would suggest 7 Newton meters for the plastic screws. And yep, that's that. Let's do the spark plugs. Put your rack in the hose so nothing falls in. Now let's start with the most difficult one, being this one right over here. I think we can remove it without taking off the tubes. So first we need to disconnect the connector, push it down a little bit, pull on the tab a little bit. Yep. You can hear it and feel it click. So now it's clicked over. Now we'll put a little bit screwdriver under it and lift it up a little bit. And it clicked back in, no problem. Push it down again. Nope, it didn't. It's very cold here, so we need to pay attention to the It off and put the connector over there. It requires a little bit of thumb technique. Now we will take off the 10mm bolt and something else. Nice, nice, nice. Now we can work. You can hear my Milwaukee is going slower because it's freezing. Alright, now we want to lift this one up. We will disconnect this connector as it sits in the way. Everything is super stuck. Alright, I'm gonna disconnect this one as well so we don't break it. Just pull back the tab a little bit and then we can press it down and slide it off as well. And now this one hopefully comes out. Yep. Pull it, twist it a bit, and it comes out without disconnecting all the tubes. All right, we'll take some WD-40, give it a little bit, and don't drop it. Pretty important. And now we'll clean out the hole before we remove the spark plug. There we go. All right. Hopla. Yeah, I cannot find my good socket, so we'll do it like this and take it out with the magnet. Oh, come on. Yep. Yeah, still in there with like one thread or so. Up. And there we go. There we have it. As you can see right in time, it starts to blow just across the seal right here, so minor compression loss. And here we have the new one. Should be the same. Yep, always good to compare your spark plugs. Make sure the gap is correct. Nowadays all the spark plugs come with the right gap in there, so be careful, and that way you don't need to check the gap. Yep, let's install it again and just put it in there. Give it a little turn. Hopla. And that way we can release the magnet. I put some tape on here so we can use the magnet to turn it just a little bit, half turn or something like that. Normally your good socket will come with a rubber inside and all the good stuff. Then we'll turn it in by hand, a couple of turns, and the rest of the way with our handy Milwaukee. Up, contact, and now we'll take our normal socket wrench, and it's always on the box nowadays how to tighten it. So you see the conical ones just use a 1/16 of a turn, and the other ones use a 1/12 of a turn. So but you'll feel it. The goal is to crush this yellow copper washer just a little bit down, so it's tight seal and we don't have a compression loss, of course. So we had contact, and now we just go. Yep, and that's a good one. That should be a 1/12 of a turn, and all the rest is easier. All right. My glove. You can stick on the socket, the connector again, before you tighten up the spark plug. This way you can get it down without having this completely stuck and having to wiggle and wiggle. So like this it's easier, so we have a little bit more playroom to put the connector on. All right, a little bit of silicone grease never hurts, just a little bit. Up. And over here as well, a little of grease on the tube for an easier installation. And don't forget to put your breather hose back on. Crankcase, breather hose. And as well, a little bit of grease on the rubber parts, so we can pop it off in the future, like we popped them off right now. Alrighty. And of course our clamps need to go back on as well. If you can't fit them right away in your special tool, your hose clamp tool, just take some water pump pliers and squeeze them a little bit, and right at the edge, so you can slide this one in place. Normally they should make their clamps all the same at a certain size, but this is the first time that this tool doesn't reach far enough. Well, actually it's the second time. So good tip. Now we can put on the air filter, install the air filter housing again. Alrighty. Yep, things could be simpler, but hey, I'm not an Audi engineer. Maybe I should be, but yeah, no thanks. Too much show. Alright, install your breather hose already. Then slide your tube into place. Yep. And at the same time pop the rubbers down in place. Yep, that's sitting nice and tight. That's also well seated. All right, and this one also at the same time. Shove it back. Oh, don't forget your clamp, of course. And yep, water pump pliers, and stick it in just at the edge. Take care, it can be pretty aggressive, these hose clamps. And now we just try to seat it into the jaws of yeah, need to redo it just at the edge. Ah, my glove got stuck. Alright, let's do it again. Something like this. Just enough so we can grab them. Of course, when I didn't record it, it was immediately good. And now I'm struggling. Okay. Did I get it? Did I get it? Yeah, I got it. Yep, and that's how we get them back in the jaws of our special tool. And now we can crank it up. Take care, because as I said, they're really quite aggressive, and if your skin use gloves for this one. If your skin gets under it, it's painful. Yep, pretty painful. And as you wiggle this, it could be that you twist it too much and it slides off, and that's pretty painful. Voila, there we go. Now we can release the tension, and there we go, nicely installed again. All right, let's continue with the cabin filter. So let's not forget to check the coolant with the refractometer. Too much coffee perhaps today. Minus 40. Ah, it's moving. Minus 38. Perfect. All right. Let's top it off with a little bit of water, as it's pretty concentrated already. The system will lose a little bit when it gets really hot. Oh, I hear my ports guy delivering some stuff. Let's top it off with a little bit of water, just plain water. Oh, it's empty. Plain water is good. Just a little bit. And now it sits again at the maximum level almost. It should be between minimum and maximum. It was sitting good, but I wouldn't want that there's a notification on the dash that yep, just a little grease so it slides in, screws in better. Wouldn't want there's a sensor inside, and if it should drop just below minimum, it will be a notification on your dashboard, and we don't want that, as there is nothing wrong with the system. Just a little bit of vapor escapes from the cap most of the time. So every year, just if it drops like a couple of millimeters, just add a little bit. It's okay. And if it drops significantly, you'll know, and you'll find the problem. All right, that's done. The washer fluid, of course. Put the cap under here. We're in springtime, so what should we use? Well, we should use a little bit of normal soap, and a little bit of it's actually winter time. Oh, yeah. So a little bit of normal soap. Let's concentrate. So don't need to pour in the whole bottle. And a little bit of antifreeze still, as it can freeze a little bit at night. So let's make sure the customer can use the wipers without having them stick on their windscreen. And top it off with water, and then we'll do the cabin filter. Lubricate the hinges, door locks. There's some white grease from last time. This time I'm using some WD-40 grease. A little bit more fluid, a little bit more penetration. Ah, nice. All right, all the doors, trunk, etc. Even the cap. There's always a lock in the cap, so you have the overfill that's clearly blocked. All right. Should be free, but yeah, looks like there's a muddy problem where they live. Yeah, let's clean it out later. But there's a lock, you can see it, and as you push it in, you hear it inject. Sometimes hear it inject some additives in the system, in the fuel tank. Alright, so lube it up and then we'll do the cabin filter. Let's not forget to put some air in the tires. Air, Cohagen, give these people air. 2.5 bars for the front and 2.3 bars for the back, the rear. Yep. Okay, 2.5, 2.3. Let's do it. Oh, little explanation. It lives under the glove box thing, and under a CD player or DVD player. Oh yeah, Audi A3, yeah, that's the one. All right. Oh yeah, that's an easy one. Glasses, don't need those. Sometimes my sight goes a little bit off, but it's because I drink a lot, so that's okay. All right, pull the tab, and we'll have another thing, plastic thing. Let's get it out. Looks like we need to press down on tabs to get it out. I'll give you a better view, more or less. So you need to stick your finger behind this tab and then pull down with your other finger on these tabs. It will hurt your finger a little bit, but yeah, that's the way it goes. The cookie crumbles. Oh man. Alrighty, and there we have it. Our dirty pollen filter, cabin filter. Pretty tight fit, so let's try to hurt our fingers. Oh, damn. This looks like it's just in time. Shove in your new filter. Pay attention to the airflow direction. Should be, the arrow should point down, and yep, again it's the same filter, so nice and tight fit. Put the tabs, the bottom tabs in first, and then push forward. Make sure it's well seated so we don't have an air leak. Yep, it's okay. Alrighty, let's continue.